Welcome to Iconic Leadership, the podcast for female entrepreneurs who know they're here to lead, not just build a business. This show is for women stepping into the Alpha Queen era, where leadership becomes identity, power is embodied, and success is created from the inside out. Here, we explore sovereign leadership, expansion, vision, purpose, business, and the inner work that is required to build an empire that fits the woman you are becoming. Strategy matters, but who you are matters more. I'm Karissa Adkins, and this is Iconic Leadership. Welcome to the new standard of the Alpha Queen power. Can I challenge something that I think is quietly stealing the dreams of far too many women? Because here's what I'm seeing. It's not failure that's holding women back. It's not lack of talent and it's not lack of opportunity. It's not even fear. It's one simple word: someday. Someday I'll write the book. Someday I'll start the business. Someday I'll finally take care of my body. Someday I'll apply for that opportunity. Someday I'll leave the job. Someday I'll become the woman I know I'm capable of becoming. But I want to lovingly tell you something. I think someday is one of the most dangerous places that a woman can live because someday feels responsible. Someday feels safe. Someday feels productive. But someday often becomes a lifetime. And here is what breaks my heart. I don't think women stay stuck because of lack of potential. I think they stay stuck because they keep postponing becoming the woman that they've been called to become. So today's conversation isn't really about procrastination. It's about identity because your future isn't waiting on the perfect time. Your future is waiting on a decision. So welcome to Iconic Leadership, where we help women master themselves so that they can master their lives, build extraordinary businesses, and create lasting impact. I'm your host, Karissa Adkins, founder of the Alpha Queen Empire, leadership coach, author of Unapologetic, and creator of the Universal Laws of Iconic Leadership. Every week, we'll challenge the way you think, strengthen the way you lead, and give you practical strategies to help you grow in confidence, leadership, business, and self-mastery. Because here's what I believe. When a woman masters herself, she doesn't just change her own life, she changes generations. So wherever you're listening to today, I am grateful that you are here. So ladies, grab your pen and paper and let's dive in. So I want to tell you what I see almost every single day, whether it's online or in person, at networking events, on sales calls, it doesn't matter. I see this almost every single day, right? I meet brilliant women all the time. Women with incredible ideas, huge hearts, amazing stories, God-sized dreams. Women who tell me that they've always wanted to write a book or they've dreamed about speaking on stages. They'll say, I know I'm supposed to start the nonprofit, or I know I should launch my business, or I know I'm meant for more. And then I ask one simple question, just one. So what's stopping you? The answer, right? The answers that they give me are almost always the same. I just need a little bit more confidence. I need a little bit more money. I need more time. I need more experience. I need one more certification. I need life to calm down first. But can I tell you what I hear? When they actually say that, can I tell you what I hear? Excuses. Right? I hear fear, fear disguised as preparation, fear disguised as responsibility, fear and excuses disguised as perfectionism. And here's why that is dangerous, because fear has learned how to sound incredibly logical, right? It whispers, not yet, maybe next year. Wait until the kids are older. Wait until business, becomes better. Wait until you lose the weight. Wait until you are more qualified. And before you know it, 5 years have gone by, 10 years have gone by, 20 years have gone by. And guess what? You're probably still freaking waiting. When I look back at my own life, almost every breakthrough came after a decision that I honestly wasn't ready to make, right? Leaving corporate, starting my company, investing in mentors, writing the unapologetic book, stepping onto stages, building the Alpha Queen empire, launching the She Rises movement, traveling to Kenya. None of those decisions came with a certain level of certainty. None of them came with guarantees that it would all work out. None of them came with the perfect roadmap. In fact, every single one of them scared the shit out of me. Every single one of those decisions stretched me. Every single one of those made me question whether I was capable. But here's what I've learned. The women who create extraordinary lives, they aren't fearless. They're just simply willing to make the decision while fear is still present in the body. And every single decision built on confidence that I didn't have before, right? Or not every decision that I made was built on confidence, right? Not after not after, but before. Confidence didn't create the decision created the confidence. And there's a huge difference. And I'm going to say it again, right? Confidence didn't create the clarity around making a decision. The decision to act, the bold move, only then, once I did it, created the confidence. So, one of the biggest turning points in my life happened in Kenya. I boarded that plane thinking I was going to go over there and make a huge impact. And we did. We served, we spoke, we loved on communities, we encouraged thousands of students. But somewhere during that trip, God began to work on me even more. Standing there, watching women lead with so little, watching children dream despite having so little, watching communities unite around hope. There was this one school in particular in the Masai Mara that I just simply started breaking down. I was feeling so overwhelmed with this sense of realization that I was playing small still. The dream in my heart began to grow. And I mean, I remember thinking, God, Karissa, like just when you think you've made it, God puts another seed in your soul. And then it's crazy to like circle back because I'm writing content now around this experience. And I'm like, holy shit, I have been preparing for this moment, this next level that I'm about ready to walk into for my entire life. I've realized that I spent years introducing myself as a coach when in reality, God was preparing me to become a movement builder. I wasn't just called to help women build businesses. I was called to help women build lives that change generations. I wasn't just called to coach and teach entrepreneurs. I was called to mentor movement leaders. Women who write books, launch nonprofits, lead companies, influence communities, raise extraordinary families, serve the world. That's what I've been called to do. That trip changed me because once your vision expands, it refuses to shrink back down. And I came home realizing something really, really powerful. The movement I dreamed about wasn't waiting on a better time. It was waiting on me to simply decide. Which now brings me to something I want you to really think about today. What if the biggest thing standing between where you are and your next level isn't circumstances? What if it isn't your finances or your education or your experience? What if the biggest thing standing between you and the life that you've been wishing, hoping, and praying for is the version of you that is refusing to become? Because every new level of your life will require a new level of leadership. Every new level of leadership requires a new level of self-mastery. And every new level of self-mastery begins with one courageous, bold decision. Not someday, but today. So can I tell you one of the biggest lies that I think women have been sold? That confidence comes before action, but it doesn't. Confidence becomes because of action. I hear women say all the time, when I feel more confident, then I'll start the business. When I know more, then I'll write the book. When life settles down, I'll apply for the opportunity. And I'm telling you, that is not the case. Because, well, you're asking when, and you're telling me when, you have the money and when you have the time, when, all of those things, you're just missing out on what you are actually here to do. And that is a major problem. Okay. So I want to just kind of, challenge you, honestly. I want to challenge you to stop playing small, to stop hiding, to stop simply saying, someday I'll do the thing, sometime when stop pushing your dreams to the back burner. Stop saying to yourself when the kids get out of the house, I'll finally do the thing. Wake up today and do the damn thing. Take a bold action. Do something that you are not prepared to do. So maybe today's episode isn't about motivation at all. Maybe it's about permission. Permission to stop waiting. Permission to finally trust yourself again. Permission to stop asking everyone else what they think. Permission to finally choose yourself, because your life isn't asking you to be perfect, right? Your future self isn't waiting for all of the somedays to just magically appear in the right order with the right steps, with the right playbook in your hand. Your future version is asking you to be courageous. She's asking you to take one step forward. She's asking you to make one decision, have one conversation, one application, one chapter, one post, one act of faith. That's all. Because every extraordinary life is built on one courageous, bold decision at a time. So here's what I want you to remember. The most dangerous place a woman can live is in the someday. Because someday quietly steals your confidence. It delays your purpose. It postpones your impact. And it convinces you that there's always more time. But here's what I know. The life you're praying for, the woman you're becoming, the impact that you know that you've been called to make, they're all waiting on the one thing, a decision. So today's conversation challenged you. I'd love to invite you to continue your self-mastery journey. Grab a copy of the Unapologetic book and begin becoming the woman your future requires, right? So if you love a good book, it's a quick read, it shares some of the most vulnerable moments of my life, how I've been able to overcome them, build the skills, and ultimately become the woman that I am today. Grab the book. You can grab the link. The link is in the summary below. Or you can join the Alpha Queens Rising community. It's my free space where you'll surround yourself with women committed to growth, courage, and leadership. Or you can simply download the Rise app and start strengthening your mindset one intentional decision at a time. And if you've been saying someday to writing a book, sharing your story, or stepping into greater visibility, I'd love to invite you to explore the Iconic Women Rising. It's a collaborative book that me and my team put together. This is volume 2, because the world doesn't need your dream someday. It needs your leadership today. So thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. Until next time, lead boldly, live unapologetically, and remember, ladies, master yourself and you will master your life. Because when a woman masters herself, she doesn't just change her own life. She changes the next 10 generations of lives. I will see you soon. Bye for now.
Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Iconic Leadership. If today's conversation activated something within you, make sure you subscribe and share this podcast with women who are ready to rise up too. Leaving a review helps this movement reach more women stepping into their power. This is Iconic Leadership.